Today we're looking at the Gundam Naion from Witch from Mercury, vanadis Heart. Let's get into it. As you can tell by the monotone box, this is a P Bandai kit. We have our instruction pamphlet, and we'll be going through our usual runners and stickers here. This does have the permit unit, but only as stickers. So like the rest of the Witch from Mercury, except for Ariel, we're going to have some overlay little pieces there to make the color pop. But this is a P Bandai unit. We had a huge problem getting this from America to Thailand, so very grateful for everybody involved that was able to make this happen. The orange on these runners is really interesting because it's got kind of a like sparkle to it, but it's not brittle like a lot of the other color injections. And then we got our final set of runners that includes our A runner, which has another blue color to it, our special red for the face, and our overlays for the permit score areas. So with our regular assembly, we have pre-assembled parts. The legs are really good. We'll get into those. We're going over the head assembly here, which has a lot of great fine detail. Everything's inset. You just have tiny little stickers for the eyes and that permit score that's underneath that frosted part. But everything really pops, super detailed, really high quality. Same with the chest and a bunch of the inlay. If you can see the little boosters and things in the side, everything fit in tight. It was really easy to put together. Not a lot of burring or color flexing on the blues like other kits. It's very, very solid center. As far as head movement, you are limited with the shoulders a bit, but you still have good rotation, and that little peg really holds in there so you can keep in some extreme poses. Now with the waist, you've got a very extended waist unit. You don't have any of those flaps or anything on this design, which is very much in line with the rest of the Witch from Mercury line, very much in the Lefrith. And we have extreme bending with our legs here, and as you'll see later, these legs lock into the waist unit. So it's got a pin that will allow it to lock in there with some of the extreme pose positions that are available. So you just kind of put the legs in first, make sure that they're there, and then rotate to lock them in, and they won't fall out like other kits with the extreme positioning. Once again, there's no flaps or anything to get in the way, so you can get some really wide flexing with stances and things. And just the detail on all the inset pieces and undermounting and everything, and limited seam lines. It's a really good kit so far. I will say about the only problem that I've had with this kit that I haven't had with other Witch from Mercury pieces is the shoulders. The smoky insets for the permit score did not lock in, so I did have to actually super glue those in, which is the first time for a Witch from Mercury kit, and sand off some of that extra glue. And I just used regular contact cement for that. So, but otherwise, it's another solid Witch from Mercury kit. Even ones that I'm not that fond of, like the Ferrat, have really, really held up and are excellent kits. Like I would say that as a series, Witch from Mercury has the most best kits out of especially the most recent Gundam series. So basic arm structure just pops in there. And we do have 2 holding hands as well as 1 display hand, which is more than most Witch from Mercury kits, but it's always nice to have a display hand. I will say on this kit, my right hand, that little ball and socket on the right one, was a little loose. So I did have to do the kind of dab with some glue on it, let that dry, sand it down a little so it fit in the socket. We also have our giant fin gun things here, and those mount into that extended back of the waist unit, which is different than most kits where they would have like an actual backpack to mount those in. So these are mounted really low. And here, like, it has the little handle to use it as a laser gun, and you would just pop the extender off if you were using that, or you can fold that in and pop that into the lower waist unit. And it's got quite a bit of flex, so you can display with that as well. It does kind of knock into the shoulders and arms a bit, as you see when I'm trying to assemble and put that really tight ball joint in. But when you display it'll hold in really well, but it's going to have to kind of angle off the back of the unit quite a bit in order to get any sort of movement, because it really does knock into your shoulders and the back leg. And I have a little bit easier time with the second one. So there you go. So we got a little bit of flex. It's got a little bit of flex at the top with those individual units that can also be removed and put on stands with that little extra piece. And here's the only weapon. It's just a little lance staff thing. And you can put either size laser in there. And it's got a fold-out handle to hold it as more of a gun mode, or you can put it in the hands to hold it as a staff mode. And it's the usual Gundam thing where you just pop off the back plate, pop it in, and then you seal it back in with that back plate. And that one isn't going to slide. Like it holds very tightly. So just like that, you fold out the handle, you pop it in, and now it's a giant laser weapon, which I need to get through the third and final volume of Vanadis Heart to see how it actually works, but we'll see. And here we have it with a reverse grip and kind of the most extreme stance I can put it in. I don't have any stands here yet to put it up on a stand, so this is the most flexed stable we can get. And like, it's got a good extreme pose, got good detailing, holds up, and it doesn't wobble at all, and it doesn't have any loose hips or shoulders, and it just holds really, really tightly. So here we see the Naion, and we're good compared to some others. Here's the Physaelius Master Grade. And here we have the G-Quux Ricdom Hobby Grade. And we have the SD Master Grade Ariel from Witch from Mercury as well. And we have Bokata's Gelgood from G-Quux, who's having a little hard time standing up. and the Strike Freedom Gundam from Gundam Seed Freedom. So that's the Gundam Naion from Mercury. Really great kit. Like I said, the only problems were really with the shoulder pauldrons on those permit score units, but you put a little bit of glue and you'll be good to go. And a 9 out of 10 kit. So with everything, if you could share, like, and subscribe, it would greatly help the channel. We have our Patreon down below. And anything you can do to help, be greatly appreciated. See y'all later. Bye.